Okay. Oh, okay. I'm live. So I'm already live. I'm already live on YouTube. I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Again, my name is Arnold Lawson. I am a certified relationship trauma coach out of New Jersey. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the courage part of healing. When you're coming out of a difficult challenge in life, there's going to be different scenarios that are going to pop up in your life. And one of the things that I would encourage anybody on here that's going to watch this or that's going to tune in. And also, I'm asking that if you're here, that you kind of get involved with the chats and that you say certain things that you're getting, or you have comments and quotes or whatever. But one thing that I would suggest to you is that, through your process, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs and highs and lows. And one of the things that's going to be required for you to have the successes that you want is going to be courage. And I mentioned this the other day. Courage does not mean that there won't be fear. It does not represent the absence of fear. But what it actually represents is that besides there being fear, you're gonna have enough strength, enough intestinal fortitude, and I'm kind of paraphrasing the definition, to get up and do what needs to be done, regardless of how afraid you are. And that's the part that makes it special, because whenever you do something, and then the powerful thing that happens when you are a person that walks in your courage. What it's going to start doing is going to start building up your self-image. It's going to start building up your courage, because you're going to be a person that's going to be addressing things, and you're going to be doing the things that need to take place in your life. And as I was kind of thinking about this, because I've kind of studied this topic on and off for years, and I was thinking about it. I went to a biblical reference as I was reading and thinking about this, and the reference I went to was when Joshua was told to go possess the land. So in the process of Joshua going to possess something that was something of an inheritance, something that was promised to him, something that he was supposed to go and achieve, and something he was supposed to go do. In the process of all that, he was told by his his predecessor, and the Creator, to be strong and of good courage. And so to me, that's kind of where the mindset has to be with us. That is that as you go throughout your journey, as you understand this healing process or healing journey, that there's steps in places and things that you're going to have to do that you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable with. But part of it is learning to be strong and to be courageous and to take that next step and do the things that you can. This isn't about taking the large steps. It's about taking those calculated steps, which are getting you closer and closer to the objective that you're supposed to fulfill for your life. So when you look at being strong and of good courage, that doesn't mean, again, that you're not going to be afraid. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get a report and people are going to come back and tell you, oh no, if I were you, I would never go take that land, because the people in that land, they're giants. There's no way that you can ever defeat those people. They have an army of millions and billions and so on and so forth. There's no way that you can ever beat those people. Because when you're going and doing something and courage is required, that thing that you're facing is always going to seem so humongous and surmountable. It's going to appear as if it's something that's larger than what you can handle. But the point of the matter is, if you're going to achieve the things that you need in your life, you're going to have to address this thing, whatever it is. And part of one of the things that many people have to address when they're coming out of an unhealthy relationship is they're going to have to address the fact that this relationship that they're in, that they might need to leave. I had one individual I was coaching with, and as I'm coaching with them, they talked about a relationship that they was in when that was physical. There were physical attributes that were part of their relationship, and they needed to find a way of getting out of that thing. And part of finding a way of getting out of that took courage to, first of all, to have the mindset to know that you need to get out. Then second, to actually put a plan together and then do the steps it took to get out. And so this, because the thing is, there's bonds that are, and I was talking about this to a person over the weekend, and I said a lot of times in the past, when you don't know certain details of a relationship or of a connection, you could be judgmental. You could say, "Oh, that person's an idiot. Why would they stay with them? They're physically abusive. They're doing this. They're still." But you don't know. You don't understand the attachments and the bonding that has taken place. And of course, we know that it's toxic in nature, but still, there's a bonding there that takes place where there's a need for both individuals. One, they both need each other. And it's no difference if someone has a substance abuse issue. It's the same thing. And the person with the substance abuse needs the other person The other person needs the substance abuse person to be one needs to be the caretaker for the other individual. The other individual needs the other person to take care of them. So it's like everybody's getting something out of the exchange. It's not a healthy exchange. It's an exchange nonetheless. So when you look at courage, courage represents that you're going to stand up for what is right. So what that looks like is that, if you're in the position, or if you're at a point in your life where you're being directed that, it's time for you to stop working for ABC company, and it's time for you to go out on your own and start your own company, that's going to take courage. That's going to take courage. It's going to take you, because you would be moving outside of your comfort to go do something that you don't know what the true end result's going to be. But if you take that courage, if you're willing to step up and do the things that you need to do, you're going to receive the reward, because the reward is going to be connected to the courage. Just like the example I used with Joshua, his reward was directly connected to him being obedient. Yes, the adversary or the enemy that was stopping him from achieving that was huge. They had a big, gigantic army and skilled warriors, and they could do all these different great things. And, and the reports that came back were all these reports of, oh, if I were you, I would never consider doing that. And that's another thing. Be careful that you don't get advice from people that are around you that are not allowing you. Thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing that fly. Appreciate you, Bonnie. That are not allowing you to stay connected into the thing that's going to drive you and move you towards being courageous. Courage is not, it's not for the weak in heart. It's not for those that are faint in heart. It's for those that are meaning to get to the end result, and that are serious about achieving the thing that is the goal that's before them. It's going to take courage. It's going to take a lot of courage, because all of the obstacles and all of the because everything's going to be against you. It's going to look like it's a place where you're going to fail, but you got to keep going, right? So my next point I was going to make is that I was reading a while back. I read a parable that kind of stuck in my mind also, and this is the parable of the buffalo versus the cow. And when you understand this parable, this particular parable represented that whenever there's a storm that's brewing or a storm that's coming or throughout the horizon, what they found is that when you have cattle in a field versus buffalo, what happens is what the cattle do is, if the storm is coming east or west, the cattle what they'll do is they'll run with the storm east or west. They're going to run with the storm east or west. And see, what happens is just the opposite. What happens and what the buffalo do is, if the storm is going east to west, the cattle is going to go west to east. They're going to run directly into the storm. And what they found is that because the buffalo runs directly into the storm, which sounds crazy. It sounds like you're going to get a lot of damage. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get pounded on. And of course you are. But because they run directly into the storm, they're in their pattern, or in that storm pattern, for a shorter space of time. And so what happens with the cattle, because they're going east to west, from the time the storm hits them till whenever they're in that storm, because they're going along with it instead of going against it. This is part of why I'm saying being courageous. It takes courage to address things and to deal with things that are before us. It takes courage to get out of a relationship that is no longer healthy. It takes courage to rebuild after you have financial destruction or bankruptcy and all these different things that happen. It takes courage to believe that you can find and meet another person or get in another relationship after coming out of an unhealthy relationship. It takes courage. That's why part of the concept and the thought that I'm sharing with you is, it's going to take strength, but it's also going to take courage. It's going to take enough strength for you to, first of all, believe in yourself and believe in the promise and believe in the thing that you desire. Because the thing that you desire is directly connected into your beliefs, your mindset, your thoughts, your belief, and the will of the Most High for your life, right? So be strong and of good courage. I'm going to end the YouTube right there. Now, if y'all have any questions, hold on.